I was going off. So, I didn't upload a video last Monday, because I uploaded one on Friday. I was on spring break. I was at the beach. So I uploaded it just earlier than I would have. I did have a video scheduled to upload for Monday. It was free agency predictions, but I set it for the wrong time. And I meant to drop it like during the afternoon, like 1 p.m. And I accidentally set it for 1 a.m. for the next day, without looking at it somehow. But so yeah, so it came out like in the middle of the night, and um a lot of free agency signings had already been announced and stuff, like when the legal tampering portion of it. So I was like, you know, let's just delete that. We don't really need it. Um, it wasn't a great video anyways, but yeah. Sucks that I did put time into it, but yeah. So today we are doing another 7 round mock draft. Today we're looking at the Carolina Panthers. So something I'm gonna start doing here is I am gonna start doing like stuff like this. And I am gonna, when we're doing the 7 round mock drafts, look at depth charts. Like go over depth charts with you guys and talk about, you know, the positions of need and stuff. So we're looking at the offense for the Panthers. We all know after their little trading DJ Moore, receiver is probably a position of need that they could address in the draft. However, they did just sign Adam Thielen, so I think that maybe you don't necessarily need to draft a receiver. And if you do draft a receiver, it should be later in the draft, not one of those like probably first 3 picks. Because you've got, 3 young guys in Shi Smith, Terrace Marshall Jr., and Laviska Shenault Jr., who have potential and stuff like that. You also have a guy like Preston Williams who has experience also. Looking at their offensive line, Ikem Ekwonu and Taylor Moton, obviously we know those 2 guys aren't going to be replaced right now. Austin Corbett doesn't need to be replaced, and I don't think Bradley Bozeman either. I think the only position that you can maybe look at replacing on that line is left guard, and I don't really necessarily know if that is in play either. Tight end is probably a position of need that they could address. I don't know if they will though, because of signing Hayden Hurst, and you still have a young guy like Tommy Trimble who's showed stuff before, and you still have a guy like Ian Thomas there. Running back would have been a position of need until they signed Miles Sanders. Now I feel like they're good there. Probably got Miles Sanders, you got Chuba Hubbard, and then obviously quarterback is the big glaring hole, and that would be the #1 overall pick though. On the defensive side, which is probably where I'm going to focus most of the 7 round mock draft at, defensive end could be of use. I'd say defensive tackle, I think you're good because you got Derek Brown and you just signed Shy Tuttle. Outside linebacker is not really necessarily a need because of Gross Matos and Brian Burns. However, again, I think they could use depth with that edge position in general. Going back to defensive end. Inside linebacker, you could probably also look at Frankie Luvu is good. Shaq Thompson is getting older. And then corner is probably a position of need, maybe. Again, another later. I mean, you got JC Horn. We all know what JC Horn can do. And you do have Dante Jackson and you have CJ Henderson, but I think a corner depth could be of use. And then safety, you might look to draft a safety again for depth. I mean, you've got your starters in Von Bell and Xavier Woods, and you also have Jeremy Chin. But yeah, so let's get into it. Again, we had the #1 overall pick. I love these trade offers. I would not accept any of these, I don't think, unless the Steelers trading up the #1 overall. That would be hilarious. We're gonna decline all of those, and CJ Stroud will be the #1 overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft to the Carolina Panthers. And then we're gonna be waiting a little while. We'll be at 39, which is towards the front end of the second round. Probably looking. I would consider wide receiver here. It just depends on who's there. And with this being the board, I personally wouldn't do it. I would go edge because the edge class is so deep that there's still like 4 really, really solid options here on the board. Corner is in consideration, I'd say. Also linebacker. Oh man. Oh man. That's so tough to pass up a guy like Drew Sanders and Trent Simpson and Jack Campbell. But I think edge would be the pick here, get some more edge depth. It's so hard to pick who's the best out of these four. A, I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to try to say it. A Devil War from Northwestern. He probably tested the best and will probably go first, but I still like Felix and DK Zamba the best. Keon White probably third, and Foskey would be fourth here for me. So I think I'm going to take a Devil War out of Northwestern here for the Panthers at 39. Again, at 93, this is the next pick. 93, I'm probably looking wide receiver, corner, linebacker. That's probably going to be like wide receiver, corner, linebacker, and then maybe D line, tight end. Maybe offensive line depth would be that last pick, but I would be looking corner, linebacker, tight end here, I think. Tank Dell. Oh man, Tank Dell being on the board. Kayshawn Boutte. There's still some corners here that I'm a fan of. Same with linebackers. So I am going to go wide receiver because these are like the last two that I'm big fans of. Well, I'm not a big fan of Kayshawn Boutte, but I am a big fan of Nathaniel, aka Tank Dell, out of Houston. So that would be the pick there. That's an explosive guy that they could really use. I wouldn't be opposed to this because you would get so many draft picks, but I don't think that's realistic. No, and that's moving too far back. So now I'm looking corner. Darius Rush is still here. But the linebackers are really starting to dwindle down for me. So I think I'm gonna have to go linebacker here. And the pick would probably I actually really like Ivan Pace Jr. still, but I don't know. I don't know if he's better. I don't know if he's better than DeMarvion Overshawn. So I'm gonna take Overshawn. I am gonna take Overshawn, yeah. Man, Ivan Pace is really good there. So now I'd be looking corner here at 132. Oh man, I was hoping Tomlinson was down the board. None of those trade offers are exciting me. Also, you could really honestly look best player available. Um, man, Jacorian Bennett. I like Jacorian Bennett better than Riley Moss. However, I am gonna go D line depth here. I am gonna take Colby Wooden. And then I'll look corner with this next pick. And I mean, yeah, both the guys I was considering right there are still on the board. I'm willing to do this trade right here, though. Not that one or that one. I'm willing to do this trade right here because I would like to pick up some more depth pieces for them and to move two spots back and get an extra pick in the draft. Why not? Why not? And neither of the two guys that we were looking at go off the board. That's unrealistic, so I'm not going to accept that. However, if somebody offered me that, I would. And I am going to take. I'm going to take Riley Moss. I'll take Riley Moss. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And then this last pick, I would say it's definitely best player available. You're probably looking depth at interior, offensive line, offensive tackle, safety, one of these positions you haven't drafted yet. Potentially even going to get another receiver or a linebacker if you really wanted to. No. That's unrealistic, but that's tempting. That's kind of realistic, but we're not gonna do it. Jay Ward. I guess Jay Ward would be the pick here. Um, Maybe McClendon Curtis. Yeah, all offensive tackles are going. Yeah, that's a really tough pick. I'm in between McClendon Curtis and Jay Ward, and both these are just kind of depth guys. Maybe he gives Brady Christensen a battle. I highly doubt it though. Yeah, we'll take Jay Ward out of LSU. So yeah, so that is my Carolina Panthers summer mock draft. We're gonna have to sit here and wait for this to go through before we can recap and look at just all the picks at once. Um, this is a shorter one because Panthers don't have a lot of picks. Aiden O'Connell to the Falcons. Trying to see if my App State guys go anywhere. I might have missed. Oh no, Nick Hampton just went to Philly. Okay, cool. I like that draft. I like that draft for the Panthers. Um, so we are in the portion of where this. We're gonna have to look at the recap like this instead of like we usually do. At number one, we take CJ Stroud. I've been mocking it for a little while now. Ever since the trade, I guess actually. So only for 2 videos. Um, but I do like to do mock drafts sometimes in my free time. The CJ Stroud just seems like such the pick for me. A Devil War again is how I'm gonna pronounce it. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. From Northwestern, edge rusher at 39, really good pick in my opinion. You get Tank Dell at 93, great value, great value. And then you get kind of like the depth pieces, like I was talking about at the beginning, at positions of need for depth: linebacker, corner, safety, D line, interior offensive lines of possibility, tight end, running back, stuff like that. Anywhere needs depth in reality. And you get a guy like DeMarvion Overshawn, who's a beast at the inside linebacker position at 114, good value to me. Colby Wooden's a decent pick at 132. Riley Moss is a good pick for me personally at 147. And I did do that trade. I did trade down from 145 to 147 and also picked up 186 in the process. Got Riley Moss at 147 and then got a guy like Jay Ward at LSU at 186. Try it one more time to save it. Oh, okay, there we go. So yeah, recapping that trade right there. CJ Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State at 1. A Devil War, edge out of Northwestern at 39. Tank Nathaniel Dell, wide receiver out of Houston at 93. DeMarvion Overshawn, linebacker out of Texas at 114. Colby Wooden, defensive lineman Auburn at 132. Riley Moss, cornerback out of Iowa at 147. And again, Jay Ward, safety out of LSU at number 186. And just for fun, real quick, we'll look at what the first round simulated as because I wasn't really paying attention. Stroud, Young, Carter, Levis. Interesting. Steelers taking Kalijah Gansey. Scary. Zay Flowers at 23 to Minnesota. I kind of like that. Pretty interesting first round. Pretty realistic. Jalen Hyde at 29 to New Orleans is But I like the rest of that first round. Oh man. Bijan Robinson at 33 to the Texans is crazy. Yeah. Okay, cool. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all next time. This is my Carolina Panthers 7-1 draft. See y'all next time. Peace.